Hi Gemini, this is going to be your general reading for April, and I was going to do the work-life reading alongside, but for some reason I decided to do a relationship reading. So the reading over here will be for Geminis that are already in a relationship. Also, here in the UK, it is Easter weekend. So, you know, for everybody that does celebrate Easter, I'd like to wish you a happy Easter. So, over here's the general, okay? It may be about, you know, it could be about any specific area in your life, okay? We'll just see what the cards are going to reveal to us. So, the card you've got at the center is the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something that we have, you know, emotionally invested in. And the thing with the Eight of Cups that I always know is that whether this is a relationship, whether this is a work situation, whatever it is, it wasn't all bad, okay? We managed to get the Eight Cups. But, you know, what it talks about, it talks more about how there is something missing or there was something lacking here. Now, the Eight of Cups is not always permanent, okay? Sometimes it can be temporarily needing to walk away from something or someone in order to think things through and to sort things through in your, you know, in your own mind and how you're feeling. With the past coming through, we've got the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is a card about choices. It's about dealing with reality, though, not allowing yourself to, you know, get caught up in your own fantasies or illusions, or indeed, you know, fantasies and illusions from another individual. But with that coming through, it may be that for some of you, you know, you managed to get to the Eight of Cups within some area of your life. But as I said, there's something lacking or something missing. And it may just be that you still have other choices around you. And as I said, you may need to temporarily walk away from something in order to, you know, reevaluate these other choices. For some of you, it may be that you are considering permanently walking away from something or someone because you do have other choices. But as I said, you know, the warning with that Seven of Cups is about dealing with the facts and dealing with reality. And if somebody is offering you something, make sure that you know exactly what it is that you're getting. The next card you've got is the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is about conflict. It's about an argument between you and either another individual or a couple of individuals. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're the one causing this conflict. It could be coming from another individual towards you. The thing with the Five of Swords is the one who's created this conflict, you know, for them, when they win the argument, you know, that's what it is. It's about winning that argument, and they feel that they've won, but they haven't, because all they've done is hurt the other individual with their words. Or, you know, at the very worst, they've managed to put the other person offside and make the other person walk away here. It's, you know, the other person ends up thinking, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep getting into these arguments, and I'm not going to deal with this anymore. So they walk away. So, you know, Gemini, whether it's you that's creating this conflict or somebody else, okay? But there's something going on here. Now, the next card you've got is the Hermit. And the Hermit, this is in your advice position. And the Hermit, he is an energy about soul searching. Needing to go within yourself to work out what it is you want, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, the thing with the Hermit is nobody else can guide him here or answer his questions that he's got. You know, he needs to find those answers within himself. So for some of you, it may be that you are involved in a particular type of relationship. It could be work, it could be personal, it could be family, friends. But you know, you may be dealing with another individual that is creating this conflict that I spoke about. And you may be at that stage where you are thinking about walking away, where that you know that you do have other options. But with that Hermit there, he's asking you to take your time here, to do some soul searching and to really think maybe before you do decide to walk away completely. In your environment, we have the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords, as you've heard me say many times, for me, the Three of Swords can be an energy about needing to get to the heart of the matter, okay? We get to the heart of the matter, you know, yes, through maybe doing some soul searching, but also with communication. But the Three of Swords also can talk about heartbreak and sadness here. Here we have the King of Cups in your hopes and fears. So the King of Cups, if we're talking about this being your own energy, the King of Cups is somebody that has got his emotions in balance, okay? And maybe that's what you're hoping for, Gemini, in this situation, is to be able to get control over what it is that you're feeling, over your emotions. For some of you, though, this King of Cups could be the other person that's involved here, which could be water energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. The next card you've got is the Three of Cups. Now, the Three of Cups, it can be a card of celebration. Sometimes people, I've heard other readers say the Three of Cups can talk about a third-party interference, as can the Three of Swords. So maybe for some of you, that is the case. But the Three of Cups also can be our social network, our support group, our friends that are around us. But it could also, for some of you, the Three of Cups, it could be outside interference in terms of gossip and people gossiping here and maybe causing some trouble. Now, I've pulled 3 other cards for you. We've got the Queen of Swords here. So, you know, I can take this to be your energy as you're the air sign, okay? But it could again be talking about another person that's involved here, another air sign, another Gemini, or an Aquarius or a Libra. The thing with the Queen of Swords is, you know, she uses that sword to speak her truth. She can be quite cutting and quite sarcastic with her form of communication. She wants to get to the truth. She wants to understand things better. You've then got the Hangman. And the Hangman is a similar energy for me to the Hermit. In the sense that neither are taking any action, okay? But the thing with the Hangman is it's about waiting for that epiphany. You know, he's not making any movements because he's either needing more insight on something, okay? That's maybe where this soul searching can come into play. Or he's needing to gain a fresh perspective on something. The last card you've got is Judgment. And Judgment, you know, it is about making that judgment call, yes. It can be a card about harsh judgment. Is somebody judging you harshly, or are you judging somebody else harshly? It can be a card as well about an awakening here, you know, an awakening after a period of time of taking no action. Then we get this awakening where we start to see something very differently. The Judgment card also can be about resurrecting something that we thought was over, was done and dusted. Is the Judgment card here to suggest that if there has been a painful breakup, and whether it's you or the other person has chosen to walk away, it was a temporary walking away, and both of you end up coming back together again. You know, as I said, we've got this Queen of Swords here, which I feel is more you, but we do have this King of Cups in your hopes and your fears position, which, as I said, for some of you could be you wanting to get balance on your emotions, but it could also be very suggestive of this other person here. To me, it's definitely talking more about, what I'm feeling anyway, is that it's talking more about a personal relationship here. Now, the other reading is a relationship reading. So I'm going to go over to that now, and we'll see if there's any repeating cards, or, you know, it may be that this reading is going to blend with this, but it may be that over here, this is a separate message, you know, for somebody else. Now, actually, we're going to look at the central issue first. So we've got the Knight of Swords here as the central issue. So this is quick communication coming through. The Knight of Swords is the quickest knight, and he comes in very quickly with communication, you know, speaking his truth. Now, it could be you doing that. It could be the other person involved. You've got the Two of Cups here. So, you know, as I said, this is a relationship reading. The Two of Cups, you know, it talks about two people that are very like-minded. You know, two people that are kind of on the same page here. Two people that offer in their cup of love to each other. They offer equal amount of kindness and respect and friendship and passion. On your partner's side, we have the Queen of Swords. So we've got a repeating card here. And the Queen of Swords, as I said in the first reading, I'm taking that to be your energy. So you know, you're there in your partner's thoughts, you know, in their around them. You know, the Queen of Swords is there as their first card, and as I said, I don't think that's talking about the description of your partner. I think that's highlighting you being there in their lives. Then we get the Moon card here for you. Now, the Moon card, the thing with the Moon is we don't see things as clearly with the light of the Moon. Things are hidden from us. You know, is it that you feel that your partner is hiding something from you, Gemini? Are you hiding something from your partner? Or is it a case that you're not sure, you know, about the path ahead between you both? Let's look at your partners. They've got the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups, as we know, is a card about nostalgia. It's a card about looking back. It can be looking back at a time in our life that when maybe you didn't figure in their lives. But it can be a card about looking back at this relationship when it was in its so-called honeymoon period. When, you know, looking back with fond and happy memories here. For your outcome, you've got the Seven of Swords. So we've got two cards here on your side, Gemini. You know, we've got the Moon and we've got the Seven of Swords, and both cards can very much touch on somebody deceiving somebody, things being hidden. You know, the Seven of Swords can be about deception, somebody being sneaky. It can be, you know, a card about that somebody's done something and they think they've got away with it. They think that they're not going to get found out. But it can also be an energy about somebody thinking about sneaking off here, being very underhanded. On your partner's side, they have the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is the card of, as they say, wish fulfillment. You know, it's wanting emotional happiness, emotional fulfillment here. They are looking back at this relationship that they're in with you. And they're looking back, I feel, at a time when things maybe felt more light-hearted, when things were happier, before issues started to crop up. And I think they're wishing and hoping that they can get that time back with you. Now, the three other cards I pulled for you, interestingly enough, you've got the Nine of Swords and you've got the Ten of Swords. And the last card you've got is the Sun. The Nine of Swords is having that same thought or worry going around and around in our own heads. It's that type of energy that something keeps you awake at night, when you're overthinking something. The Ten of Swords is that it is about intense pain. It can be about harsh communication, harsh words that have been said that really cut through you. It can be a card where you feel somebody has let you down in some way. With that Moon card there for you and the Seven of Swords. So you've got the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. You know, is it that you are fearing and thinking that your partner is doing something behind your back, when in actual fact that may not be the case? To get the Sun card, you know, is one of the most positive cards in the tarot. When I see the Sun, I know that in the end, everything's going to be fine. It is about healing. It can be about healing, you know, wounds and issues and problems. With the Sun, we see things more clearly. Is it here to highlight for some of you that maybe your partner, you know, is doing something that is very sneaky? Are they deceiving you? And with that Sun card, you know, you start to see that more clearly, that comes to light. The other three cards that they've got the Judgment card. So we've got a repeating card here from this reading. They've got the Two of Wands. And they've got the Hierophant. Now, as I said, the Judgment card can be, you know, making that judgment call on something. It can be an awakening. Bringing something back from the dead, something that we thought was over. We then get that Two of Wands. That's a choice here, a decision. Which way are we going to go? And then we get the Hierophant. The Hierophant, you know, it can be the card about marriage. It can be the card about, you know, spiritual guidance. It can be the card about tradition and doing something the way it's always been done. But also with the Hierophant can unlock the truth here. And when we unlock the truth to something, it can bring freedom. For me, the two readings are, to me, both readings seem to be flowing very much together here. You know, has there been a third-party interference? Has somebody, you know, stepped outside of the relationship? Or is it a case that one of you, you know, is not happy within the relationship, and one of you is thinking about leaving this relationship, and the other person is thinking that there is somebody else, or there's something sneaky going on here? You know, we've got some negative cards here with that 3 of Swords, with the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, the 7 of Swords. But we've also got, you know, the Sun in here. We've got the 2 of Cups. We've got the 6 of Cups, the 9 of Cups. It's not all harsh within this reading. It's either a case, as I said, that somebody is worrying that their partner is doing something wrong, is doing something that they shouldn't be doing here. Maybe there is gossip with that 3 of Cups. Maybe people are interfering in your relationship. Maybe you're being accused of doing something that you're not doing. And that's where that 10 of Swords comes into play. You know, harsh words being spoken about you that cut through you. Because when it comes to a breakup here, if I'm being honest, I'm not seeing a breakup here, but I am seeing conflict. I am seeing, you know, somebody feeling very anxious and very worried here. Okay, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching and take care. Bye.